Former presidential associate Roger Stone is set to be sentenced tomorrow. Joining me right now is Tennessee Senator, a member of the Senate Armed Services, Commerce, Judiciary, and Veterans Affairs Committees, Marsha Blackburn. Senator, it's good to have you this morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good to be with you. Yes.
So let's first talk about Bill Barr. How is he doing? What are your thoughts going into what has been really a whirlwind of speculation about Bill Barr ever since he made those comments to ABC?
My hope is that Bill Barr is going to stay. He is doing a wonderful job. He has the trust of so many of us in Washington. We know that he has brought an incredible amount of experience to this job. He is cleaning up the DOJ. He is making certain that the FBI refocuses their efforts, and I am certainly one of those that wants to see him stay.
Yeah, but is he cleaning up the DOJ, Senator? I mean, you know, look what's going on in terms of all of these people who we know lied to Congress and leaked information to the media and tried to frame Donald Trump in the 2016 election. They're getting off, right? Just the other day, we hear that Andrew McCabe will not be charged. Jim Comey is still out and about trashing the president. Same with John Brennan. Where is the accountability here?
Well, we know that he has a very full plate, if you will, and you're expressing some of the frustration I hear every single day from Tennesseans. And Maria, I think this is the president's frustration. The American people look at what is happening in Washington, and they feel like there is a two-tier justice system, and they want to see people pay for the things that they have done wrong and for the violations of law. And people every day will bring up things to me about Jim Comey or Andrew McCabe or Loretta Lynch. Or, you know, and they're saying, how can people get by with this? We can't get by with things like this. And they resent what the federal government is doing to them through these federal agencies. And Donald Trump understands that. The president has done a great job of trying to get government off your back and out of your pocketbook. Now, Attorney General Barr has to feel like he is playing whack-a-mole every single day that he goes into his job, because there is so much to clean up. When you look at the fact that the FISA abuse took place, and we still don't see that reconciled, and we still do not have the Durham report. And there's a lot to deal with, both on the personnel and the procedural end. And I think let's have him stay. I want him to stay.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, there's no question. The Department of Justice came out yesterday and said this is absolutely not true. But, you know, the president also went on a bit of a tweet storm yesterday, threatening lawsuits over the 2-year-long Mueller probe, FISA abuse. The president said, if I wasn't president, I'd be suing everyone all over the place, but maybe I still will, he said, Senator, because he knows, and we know, as our audience knows, that there was a cabal of individuals who used the tools that we use against terrorists, against then-candidate Donald Trump, from informants to leaks to wiretapping to lies.
You're exactly right. And this is why at the Judiciary Committee, we're going to continue to look at this. It's why we're going to hold hearings on the Durham report.
When are you going to hold the hearings, Senator? Because that's the follow-up question that I get from all the viewers. When are you going to hold the hearings?
After we get the report, and hopefully we'll get that report early this spring. The point is—
The John Durham report.
Correct. That's correct. And people want to make certain that those who have been working outside of the law are held to account. The McCabe decision is disappointing. I'll agree with you on that. But look at it. You've got DOJ with their violations. You've got the IRS that has overstepped its bounds. You've got the EPA that has shut down different industries.
All these agencies have been politicized, Senator. All these agencies have been politicized.
You're right.
Real quick, before you go,
weaponized. Many of them have been weaponized.
Yeah, good word. Knowing all of the vitriol that's going on both sides, how are you going to get anything done? Do you expect anything done legislatively this year, Senator?
We're going to continue judges' confirmations. Legislatively, I do think you'll see us move forward with something on online privacy, online data security. We're continuing to work on that. We would very much like for the House to agree to work on a transportation bill, but we have some that are not that interested in transportation over there. I don't know if Speaker Pelosi is going to be able to get her House members focused on anything other than impeachment.
All right, we will leave it there. Senator, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Marsha Blackburn joining us there.